yeah, that's a bit of a gross scene, a bit weird, but why, hello there YouTube and welcome back to 31. So we're on our 5th day now of Home Invasion Week and it's day 24, and for that one I'm reviewing Don't Breathe. So this is a home invasion horror thriller where three young professional burglars who one of their parents works for a burglar alarm company, burgle and rob houses. And then they get word that there's a blind war vet who has a fortune hidden in his house and decide to break in, thinking he's a blind man, he's old, he's a war vet, it should be a walk in the park. But of course they underestimate this when they discover this war vet, just because he's blind doesn't mean he can be, he's tough. As they discover he has many hidden secrets in his home, including a woman that he has imprisoned, and also a particular set of deadly army skills. And of course, they fight for survival then. And of course, one young woman, a female girl, a final girl, Rocky, manages to escape and run away with the fortune. So there's the story there. What did I like about this film? Well, I liked the plot. You think this is going to be a usual run-of-the-mill heist or burglar film or a home invasion movie, but then it takes a huge turn where the homeowner fights back and he's not to be messed with. The blind man, played by Stephen Lang, well, he's called the blind man in this one, but in the sequel he actually gets a name, Norman Nordstrom, and he goes on to be the protagonist in Don't Breathe 2, which is the film. But in this one he is the antagonist, as of course they discover that he has a woman imprisoned in his basement, and that woman is carrying his child, because it's revealed that a while back that woman accidentally killed his child in an accident, and he impregnated her to give him another child for the one she took. Of course, when that goes pear-shaped and the woman gets killed in the ordeal, he then attempts to impregnate Rocky, but she manages to escape and, get away. He does have a dog companion in this who is vicious, but don't worry, the dog does not die for you dog lovers. And of course, the two young guys in it that are Alex and Money, played by Dylan Minnette and Daniel Zovatto. They, at first are tough, but then they get beaten up and they do lose to the blind man. But also, at the same time, you can understand his motivation for people breaking into his home, but also you think, but he's just as bad as them, if not eviler, because he's holding a person captive and impregnated them. Not by forcing himself on, no, he did it via a turkey baster, and we see him attempting that in the movie, but of course Rocky breaks out, fights back and rams the turkey baster down his neck, and yeah, that's a bit of a gross scene, a bit weird, but yeah. This film was brutal as well, and also with him being a blind man, they had to be super quiet because even though his blindness, his sight was gone, his other senses were greatly increased, and he could even hear you breathe. Hence the movie's title, Don't Breathe. I would have been happy seeing this as just a one-off done standalone film, but they made a sequel a couple of years later, Don't Breathe 2, which goes in a different direction, but we're talking about the first one. Yeah, so I like the premise. I also liked 4 main leads in this, especially Stephen Lang, who I recognised from Avatar, but has had a big career in many other films. But yeah, he shows that he is badass, he's skilled, and he's not to be messed with. You know, make you think, just because someone looks vulnerable, and probably is vulnerable, do not underestimate their vulnerability, because they could be a lot smarter and tougher than you think. But yeah, and at first you think he is defending his home, which he is, but he's also defending another secret he has underneath his house, which of course I've just said already is the young woman he impregnates. But yeah, this, you know, even in the film, when he turns out the lights and they're in the dark, you know, they're helpless, but for him, because he can't see, the dark is his friend, and he uses that to his advantage big time. And yeah, I thought this was a really good film. It definitely surprised me. The trailer didn't give too much away. When you watch the trailer, which I did many years ago when I saw this movie, about 9 years ago now, this film came out in 2016? Yeah, 2016. We see him as a guy who's defending his home, and it's like a home invasion movie, burglary and that, but then it drops a bombshell that he's quite twisted himself. But these kids in it, they're just thieves. They're not murderers or anything like that, they're thieves, and they just want to get some good money, and they hear he has a good fortune. But yeah, even though Rocky does make it away from Norman, you can't help but think, did she earn her happy ending? I mean, she went through hell and that, but she was breaking and entering, but she was also defending herself from a deranged man. You know, it's a bit of a, you know, a two-edged sword really, but you know, that's how it goes. But yeah, Don't Breathe. I liked this film when it came out. I rewatched it a couple times as well. The sequel, meh, I have mixed feelings about, but this first one is pretty good. It's, you know, very fast paced. It's about 90 to 88 minutes long, so it's not a long movie either. So that shows when it's short like that, it does pick up quite quickly, and you know what's going on. So yeah, Don't Breathe. I'll give it 5 stabs out of 5. 5 stabs out of 5. So there you go. That's it for this review for today. So have you seen it? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can watch all of this year's 31 so far on the channel, and I'm probably not the only one doing this. You know, just type it in, 31 days of horror. There's probably many other YouTube channels doing this that I'm doing. You know, so there's some people I know who used to do it. I don't know if they are doing it, but there you go. So yeah, we're back tomorrow for day 25. Day 25. Oh, and it's our penultimate day of home invasion week tomorrow, so only 2 days left, you know, of this week, and then we go to our final week. I can't believe how fast it's going. Seems to go by fast every year. Well, yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. So until then, until next time, don't have nightmares.